Times women get exposed on paternity court.
What is
It was
Solo
the same
Dolo,
person.
the baby's father?
I really didn't see him until after the child was born.
How in the world can you potentially have 5 children with this woman?
I'm trying to sit there and rub on the belly, and I can't even rub on it pridefully.
I'm gonna give you a chance to respond.
Yes, I am a sex addict.
Trust me, you and I both know we never want to be in his shoes. After having so much suspicion, feeling like he was being lied to, having some doubts that he wasn't the dad of their little girl, he dragged his girl's ass to court to find out the truth. Hold on to your seats, folks. We're about to have some real child battle drama.
Mr. Green.
Yes, ma'am.
You claim your rights as a potential father to the child in question today. 2-year-old Angel Bryant were basically stolen from you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now jumping right into the love triangle, or should I say the triangle of heartbreaks. It all started on New Year's night. Sounds romantic, right? I bet your jaws are about to drop soon. Mr. Green met Miss Duncan that sweet evening, and as the gentleman that he is, took her to his house for some coffee. And I would say, have a good time, if you know what I mean.
How did I meet her? Well, it was New Year's night. She was out, I was out, of course. I saw her staggering a little bit, walking home alone from the club. I took her home, and then we just talked for a little bit, exchanged numbers.
Then shortly thereafter, you guys began dating?
I don't have sex, I'm not a sexually active person. We did not sleep together, and this was about 3 months later. So we first had sex around May, just like you say, May.
So you all waited, which is good, got to know one another, and then you had a sexual relationship.
That's correct.
Set, I can't be the only one who thought something fishy was gonna happen, or was I? Well, after getting all mushy with Miss Duncan, he thought he had met the love of his life. The bombshell is about to drop. She had another secret guy who she also happened to be having a good time with. Miss Duncan would for sure win the award for being a sleek lady.
You basically lied and told him you weren't talking to the guy anymore, but you were.
Yes.
And you weren't just talking to him.
No.
You were still having sex with him too.
Yes.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know nothing about a relationship.
So you thought she was single when you met her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Going forward in their love drama, Miss Duncan found out she was pregnant. I sure think that's too quick. Getting pregnant just a few months after she meets Mr. Green? Come on, that's just all shades of suspicious. Of course, Mr. Green got the first call, and the mind-blowing thing is that he wasn't excited about the news. He was trying to add the math, and all his brain could tell him was, how's this possible?
Told him you were pregnant. He says he was shocked. How did that come across to you through the phone? Did you feel like he didn't care, or did he sound happy?
Yes, I felt that he didn't care.
So did you tell the other guy you were pregnant too?
I haven't seen the other guy until after I got out the hospital.
Okay.
Your Honor, I figured that if I'm supposed to be the child's father, I would have been there at the time of birth, and also my name would be on the birth certificate.
As the tales of deceit keep unfolding, the truth starts to come to the surface, and trust me when I tell you, there's so much more. After having her baby, she comes out with a new story 7 months after birth and tells Mr. Green that he might not be the father of the kid. Ouch. That's for sure going to leave a mark on his heart.
During my pregnancy, this other guy, he stepped up and he was with me through my whole pregnancy. So that's a lie,
No,
Your Honor, that's a lie.
I was there, but not there like you want me to be.
I was surprised this didn't turn into punching spray. Mr. Green came home with Miss Duncan and their little girl and met a guy waiting for them in the house. Let the drums roll in. The guy waiting for them was the other guy, who was also having a good time with Miss Duncan. Ding, ding, ding! Now that's wild!
So Mr. Green, when you say you know who, did you ever meet this other guy?
Not too afterwards.
And what happened when you saw him?
I don't know if it was a birthday or Mother's Day. Okay, I took her home, and he was outside waiting for her, and that kind of hurt. And he said, I come to see my daughter, my daughter. I said, that's your daughter, that's my daughter. And that's like embarrassing, you know. He was already there waiting for her to come home.
If you think that's all the juice in this story, hold on to your seats because I'm about to blow your mind. Another epic heartbreak for Mr. Green. She says she wasn't sure who had the kid, so she played both of them, hoping one of them would come true. Speechless is how I feel right now.
You just said for the first month he was not around, but the other guy was?
The other guy was around all the way through my pregnancy.
Really?
Yes.
Was he at the birth too?
Yes.
So while he was sitting around waiting for the phone to ring,
I called him.
The other
he
guy
didn't answer.
so hold on now. If the other guy was there, you called him and he didn't answer. Did you gonna have them both
called
there?
him. No.
I guess it's high time we brought this paternity war zone to a close. Will it be all nice, Mr. Green, who gets to go home saying I'm the dad? Or would it be the other guy who was in the shadows having a good time with Miss Duncan? The answer to that question sits like a princess in the envelope. Let the truth be told.
Mr. Ronald Green, you are not her father. Are we certain it is the other gentleman?
It's,
No other possibility.
no, Your Honor.
Mr. Jones and Miss Dolis have to be the funniest couple on the paternity court show. Their love story bounces from cheating to lying to deceiving. You just name it. From one charade to the next, these two find themselves in court, dragging each other for who is the better parent. Buckle up, people. You're about to be dumbfounded by this couple's drama.
All right, Ms. Douglas, you are suing the father of your 5 children for a paternity test. You claim at times the defendant, Mr. Jones, doesn't treat your daughter, Cheyenne, as his own, and that he has always been suspicious that he's not her biological father. You admit that you kept a secret from him and you cheated on him with his cousin, but say when that secret finally came out, he immediately denied fathering your daughter.
Getting down into the bits of this drama, right from the beginning of the case, Miss Dolis admitted to cheating on Mr. Jones. She apparently slept with his cousin. Now that's all shades of crazy if you ask me. Here's the shocking thing. Mr. Jones was no saint. He was also cheating on her with her own cousin and one of his baby mamas. I would have lost my mind if I were the judge, honestly.
Do you believe the defendant has reason to doubt the paternity of Cheyenne?
Yes, Your Honor, I do, because I did make a mistake. I slept with his cousin, and the condom had broke. But before that, Tyrone was downstairs sleeping with my cousin. He was still having sex with his baby's mom. He was doing him basically, but yeah, I did.
That was a mouthful.
Just like in the movies, Mr. Jones and Mrs. Douglas met at a party. Things got pretty freaky and interesting after that, and they ended up getting pretty intimate. Well, I saw that coming. Prepare to be wowed! After her cozy night with Mr. Jones, she met his cousin and voila, she went down on him too. How does that even happen?
It got good. I met Tyrone actually at a party that happened downstairs in my building. I met him and his cousin almost the same night. Me and Tyrone got together the first night we watched movies. The next night we did have sex, but we weren't together. We just had sex, and after that he went back to his other baby's mom. And then I met his cousin, and I slept with his cousin, but we weren't together. So yeah, I slept with his cousin, but after that I found out I was pregnant. I called him and I told him I was pregnant.
Things were starting to get heated up in the courtroom, with both of them staring into each other's eyes like it was about to be a bloodbath. Boom! Miss Dolis gets pregnant. Ring, ring, ring. She hits up and tells Mr. Jones that it's his baby. Things seem pretty nice, right? Well, let's burst some bubbles.
I mean, sort of. We actually wasn't in a relationship at the time when she slept with my cousin, but she basically just denied doing it up until the point. That's the reason we here now.
Okay. What did you feel, Mr. Jones, when you heard Ms. Douglas say, "I'm pregnant and it's yours"?
I wasn't too sure about it when she told me, but I'm like, okay, when she did tell me, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna step up and do what I gotta do.
She finally decides to open up 2 damn years later, telling Mr. Jones that she had a thing with his cousin. You could see the rage in his eyes, wondering where and how it all went down. Just like that, good baby daddy starts to play the role of, I'm not sure this is my kid. I did tell you things were going to escalate.
Let's go back to the cousin part. Like when I did sleep with his cousin, I was gonna deny the whole thing, but he actually went in my room and actually smelled the bed and actually said it smelled like his cousin.
His cousin's cologne?
Yes,
I hope.
I was gonna deny it, but I was actually telling the truth. Yeah, his cousin was there and he was just watching TV. So at first I was in denial, but I ended up telling him the truth though. 2 years after my daughter was 2, I ended up telling him the truth.
Slowly, all hell starts to break loose. Miss Dolis spills the beans about Mr. Jones, telling the court how he wasn't there for her daughter and that he was taking care of his other kids with his baby mama. Yep, you had that right. Other kids? It's already a whole mess at this point. Everyone's asking, who's really telling the truth?
When the baby was 2, he went to Chicago with his other's baby mama. We were together then, and I'm pregnant with his son. He went to Chicago. We didn't hear from him for about 4 months. Didn't call, check up on his daughter. Didn't call, check up on the pregnancy or nothing. How I knew he was in Chicago with his baby mama was she texted my phone like, "Oh, you're looking for your man? He's with me. You wonder why he's not calling your daughter? Because he's with me." That's how I knew he was in Chicago.
Were you with another one of your children's mother when you went to Chicago like she's saying?
And
Yeah.
Emotions are flying here and there. Hold your seats for another bombshell, people. Trust me, your ears aren't ready for this. These couple have had other kids before their daughter, and they aren't even married. Are these two a baby factory, or what's going on with them?
You all 5 children potentially together. Was your relationship ever committed? Was it ever an important thing to either one of you? Are we just making babies? Is it a baby factory? What is it?
After I had my daughter, it's like he was basically playing me. We weren't together, so I'm like, okay, anything you can do, I can do better.
It's clear that these two had no trust for each other. Even after having more than one child together, they can't seem to bring themselves to trust each other. Why would they? I mean, after getting intimate with each other's cousins? That's beyond a far stretch.
Even after child number 2, you think he's cheating?
Yeah, I just had my twins 7 months ago. He's still talking to women. I don't never talk to anybody first. After I find out he cheats on me, that's when I do it. But I really do want to be with him, and I want to make a family for my 5 kids.
Now, Ms. Douglas, you just keep saying, okay, now see, I do not believe in cheating. I do not believe in cheating. But when he does this, then I go do that. Now, at some point, the tit for tat, it just turns into a catastrophe.
Everything went from a peaceful conversation to a bloodbath, with the couples throwing tantrums about who got intimate with whom and who couldn't be a good parent. Well, the moment of truth is finally here. Every single eye is placed on the judge as she's about to reveal the final verdict. Hold your breath!
Mr. Jones, you are not fired.
She knew this from the beginning. Now I'm embarrassed. Gotta face public humiliation.
Who knew that the walls would come crumbling on their 10-year relationship? Well, that hit Miss Brown Ramirez like magic after Mr. Wayne, the sweet dad, started saying he wasn't the father of their 2 kids. Sit tight for the dramatic DNA battle. This one is gonna be crazy, I assure you.
Ms. Brown Ramirez, you are here in court today because you say you're hoping to save your 10-year relationship with the defendant, Mr. Wayne.
Yes, Your Honor.
You state you have 3 children with him, but confess that your 9-month-old daughter may not be his biological child.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Wayne, you argue that Ms. Brown Ramirez has lied and deceived you throughout your relationship.
Now let's go down memory lane to when their love was thicker than blood, or so I'd like to think. Soon this love story started to grow dark roots, and when I say dark roots, I mean today you're cheating, tomorrow you're lying, and on and on and on. It all turned into World War II in no time.
Every other day is a constant battle of whether or not I'm cheating, I'm lying, and I'm here because, you know, we have 3 kids, and I'm woman enough to be here and say that there's a possibility that my 9-month-old daughter is not Mr. Wayne's. I did lie to Mr. Wayne, but
man, since
he's
day one
always
you've been
saying
lying
that
about
I'm
everything. You
cheating,
lied about
I'm
who you was.
Okay,
lied about
but
how many people.
I
lied about
was
who she
honest about
was?
that, Your Honor.
Yeah.
The drama kept revealing the dark roots of their relationship. First, it's no, I didn't cheat, yes, I cheated. Then it goes all the way to the child, maybe yours. Oh, I'm not so certain it's yours. Miss Brown Ramirez sure needs to get her story straight.
Do you think she was cheating on you throughout your relationship?
Yes.
Every day, it
That's
was
right.
constantly, you're a liar, you're a cheater. Every name in the book you can think of, I was it.
So this has been a decade-long on and off relationship. Why'd you stay? Why do you continue to come back?
Exactly.
Because the whole reason me coming back to her while she was pregnant.
Mr. Wayne always had doubts about his woman, but he sure wasn't prepared for the bomb that was about to explode. She admits to cheating on him, saying it was a mistake and she was careful about it, but that's not the juice. She drops another bomb and says she didn't do it just once. Ouch! That's definitely going to sting, trust me.
Well, Your Honor, we were separated in the month that I had conceived, and I was dealing with someone else. Being that I never had a father, I chose to go back to Mr. Wayne because I felt like he always manipulated me into being with him, saying, oh,
Nah,
you
you
know,
just trying to take advantage of me, that's it.
you never had your daddy, you want your daughters to grow up to be like you, and I don't understand why, you know, you just want to go out and do this and do that, and, you know, you don't want a father for your children. But in all reality, I do.
Now the walls of trust are completely shattered like they were never built before. Miss Brown Ramirez keeps dropping cracks in Mr. Wayne's heart, like she never loved him at all. Must really stink to be Mr. Wayne right now. As if that's not enough, she finds out that her 9-month-old baby isn't for Mr. Wayne. What does she do? She throws it under the bus, keeping it from him. Boom! I bet you didn't see that coming.
So you knew it instantly. When you found out you were pregnant, you knew at that
Yes,
moment.
I did, but I was scared. I didn't know how he would react based on the fact that in the past we had issues, and one day he say, oh, we'll work it out, and then 2 days later it's, oh, I don't want you, you a liar, you a cheater.
Mr. Wayne, with so much hurt and doubt, tells the judge that he doesn't think the baby is his. How does he know that? Now hold up, because this is about to make you laugh. He says the baby's nose doesn't look like his. He then says he is dark-skinned and the baby is light-skinned. Now, is that hilarious? For me, it was almost impossible to comprehend.
So Mr. Wayne, throughout the pregnancy, were you there? Did you attend doctor's appointments? Were you supportive?
Yes, I was, Your Honor. And
You were?
Not even 5
had
minutes
doubts.
after I had her, he took her out of my arms and just, you know, they had a bond. You know what I mean? It was like they're inseparable at this point in time. And for him to constantly say that, oh, well, if she not mine.
With tears rolling down her eyes like her Prince Charming was about to leave her life, she tells the judge that she believes the child belongs to Mr. Wayne. She believes? A couple of minutes ago, she wasn't sure, so how is it that she now believes? If you ask me, I'd say she's pretty delusional.
If these children aren't yours, even though they look to you as their father, you ready to bounce on these kids, that you're gonna leave.
Right, and what kind of man does that make you?
You cheated, I found out about it. Hey, my baby already here. So I'm like, I'm trying to be in my baby life. So do I skate out, bounce out like a coward, like most people do? Do I bounce out or do I try to strategize and come up with alternatives and stuff like that in order to keep me in these girls' life?
Sit tight! Hold your breath, parenting folks. The answer to all their questions and doubts was sitting pretty with the judge, and the truth was finally ready to be revealed. It's been all shades of drama, and now we're about to find out who the dad really is. Brace yourselves!
Mr. Wayne, it has been determined by this court that you are her father.
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
One wait. That's one wait.
And that's why I'm here. Give you your answers and your proof.
Their love was hanging by a thread. The agitated plaintiff was fed up with the defendant's acts, and trust me, he was in no way ready to shape up. He had reasons to strongly suspect the paternity of the child. Will the DNA results bring out the truth? Grab some popcorn and sit back as we go on another love war.
Miss Sand, you opened your case today in hopes of saving your relationship with the defendant. You say the only reason he is denying your 4-month-old son, Jade, is because he's an insecure man. If the defendant doesn't change his ways after you prove he is the father, then the relationship is over. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Hunley, you say the plaintiff is sneaky, a cheat, and cannot be trusted, and you have serious doubt you are her son's biological father. Is that
Yes, Your
correct?
Honor.
It was a love or burst situation between Miss Sand and Mr. Hundley, with both parties fighting almost every damn day. Miss Sand wasn't having it at all. Her face showed she was running out of patience, and if he didn't fix up, she was gonna bolt.
Yes, Your Honor, everything is actually on the line. I'm tired of being accused of cheating. I'm tired of him saying that it's not my son. I'm tired of just everything.
So this is really impacting your relationship.
It is.
What is it like in your home right now?
We fight probably like 3-4 times every week out of the week.
Constant fighting.
Constantly.
That crack in their love sequel started to unveil 1 month after they got together. Hold up, just 1 month? That was pretty fast. Baby mama was a busybody on the phone talking to different men, and that sure didn't sit well with Mr. Hundley. And so the drama begins.
This paternity secret, does it come up in these arguments?
It does, constantly.
Yeah.
This is what we see. This is what paternity secrets do to relationships. Somehow they're woven in every argument, every dysfunction, everything. You could be arguing about who paid the light bill, and the next thing you know that baby ain't mine either. That's what happens.
Well, it all started with a text message, Your Honor. I lied to him about a message that he had seen on my phone. He took a picture of the message in my phone, and he had came downstairs and asked me about it, and I lied to him. I said, no, I was not talking to so-and-so.
Ouch! She drops a shell-breaking message in one of her conversations with her random men. Now hold your breath. I can tell you, you aren't ready for what you're about to hear. And the bomb drops. Boom! She tells the guy she's single and isn't in any relationships. I bet you're itching to see Mr. Hundley's reaction. Trust me, it's priceless.
So the man asked you about your relationship status, and you told him you were single.
Yes.
But you were really in a relationship with Mr. Hundley.
Yes.
We talked about that situation. Like when it happened, we got in our grown man, grown woman, we talked the situation out. But then we got new phones after this. She get a message from the same number.
It was not the same
number. It was
number.
the same number.
It wasn't even the same person.
She say it's not.
It wasn't even the same person.
It was the same number. I had
No,
the
it was
screenshots
not.
and pulled up the screenshot, same thing. Cause I'm looking at the screenshot and then her phone at the same number.
No, it wasn't even the same
So
person.
you're saying, Mr. Hundley, you all got new phones.
New phones.
But the same old guy.
Now Mr. Hundley was already fed up. I mean, which normal guy won't be? They go on to change their phones because it's already a situation of, I don't trust you anymore. The same guy she used to text and cheat with hits her up again. Now that's fishy, because how does he have the new number? Something ain't right here.
Okay, so how did he text you? Like, how did you get your number? Now you got a new phone. She talking about, I don't know. That's her excuse to me. She don't know how you got it.
Was it the same guy? Was it the same guy, Miss Sand?
No,
Were
it
you
was
cheating
not, Your Honor.
again?
It was
No,
the
it
same
was not,
guy.
Your Honor.
So why was it the same number?
It wasn't the same number, Your
Who
Honor.
was it then?
It was somebody that I used to hang out with before Jade and I.
A man?
Yes, ma'am.
How did he get the new phone?
It wasn't a new phone. It was a new phone, but it was not a
phone.
new number. No, it was not,
We
Jade.
got new phones, we both switched because of the
No,
that
we did
situation.
not.
The pressure is building, and all Mr. Hundley can feel at this moment is pain. The juice of the drama starts to unfold, and he finds out that his woman sneaks out at night to get intimate with the guy she's been texting. Wait, what? Now it's no longer a kinky text here and there. She's sneaking out to meet up with the guy she's texting. Speechlessness is the feeling right now.
Mommy.
I would like to see it.
All right.
You can step over to your exhibit.
All right. So this is New Year's, right? And I want to say we was playing beer pong. We was enjoying ourselves, like having a good time. Like she's telling me she's going to bed. Like, and I'm like, okay, but I'm still playing beer pong, so I'm gonna stay down there for a little minute. So I did that. She went upstairs. I'm thinking she upstairs asleep. So I'm like, all right. So then I go upstairs after I'm done playing. I'm telling everybody I'm going to bed. I go upstairs, going to bed, ain't nobody there. I woke up the next morning and she laying next to me.
The air in the courtroom grew shorter, and the news of the baby came to trump all that. The news wasn't well received by Mr. Handley, and you wouldn't blame him, honestly. There was no atom of trust, and he was not going to be a dad to a kid he wasn't sure of. Brace yourself, because you're about to be shocked again.
So what I want to be clear about is, Mr. Hundley, your position is, I've left a similar bruise in that area when we were intimate. Was she intimate with somebody else that night?
Yes, ma'am.
And I know 100% I didn't sleep with anyone.
He was there for the pregnancy. He was there for child support. He was there for the emotional balance, and Miss Hundley slams him with the "you are not the dad" phrase. Now that's a lot of contradiction. What exactly is going on?
Basically, like, accused me of cheating. He told me he was leaving. Like, I was already depressed from being pregnant. So I already, like, just felt emotional in some type of way about it. And I said something out of anger, yes.
Well, let's draw the curtains on the whole charade. The moment of truth is finally here, and the DNA results are about to reveal who the real dad is. Are you ready? Because I am. Let's find out the truth, shall we?
Mr. Hundley, you are the father.
Yeah, this is the best feeling, man. Hey, yeah, that's my little homie, man.
I hope you're ready, because this couple is about to leave you in so much shock. First, he says his woman can't help getting intimate with other guys. Then she says he is a pathological liar. Are you ready? Let the paternity war begin.
Mr. Smith, you are here contesting paternity of your ex-girlfriend's 3-year-old daughter, Janiyah. You claim Ms. Jones is sex crazed and had intercourse with multiple men during the time of conception. And you intend to prove you are not her child's father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Jones, you say Mr. Smith is nothing but a deadbeat who will grasp onto any excuse to get out of being a daddy to your daughter.
We are about to enter the domain of questionable romance, where these two's relationship was far from fairy tale. The drama involves several men, a girlfriend who can't be faithful, and a 3-year-old daughter who might not have a father. Trust me, it's a roller coaster.
Mr. Smith, you say the evidence points to several other men?
Yes,
Explain.
Yes, Your Honor. She is a sex addict and a compulsive liar. When I first met Janiyah, we had sex on the first night. I took her virginity. A few hours later, she had sex with another man. So I could tell you multiple reasons why I believe I am not the father of her child.
Miss Jones, these are some very strong allegations about your sexual practices.
Yes.
Navigating the sea of contradictions, things were starting to get hard and confusing. With doubts flying here and there, Miss Jones started to tell her story about how Mr. Smith was the first man she had ever been with. But the story that was about to unfold was shocking.
We met at a party, went home with her, had sex with her. Then after that, we hooked up a couple more times. We was friends with benefits.
Oh, so you're saying the sex happened immediately?
Yes.
Oh, so you met at a party, had sex that night?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that's not best friends, that's a booty call. So how did you even find out, or how do you know that Miss Jones was with other men?
She had a boyfriend.
In this tangled web of familial drama, reasons for betrayal emerge. Miss Jones had a boyfriend while she was intimate with Mr. Smith. As if that catastrophe wasn't enough, she had another guy she was also sleeping with. Wow, that's a lot, I tell you. That's a whole lot.
Did you have a boyfriend, Miss
No.
Jones? So you didn't have a boyfriend when you met him?
No.
Were you having sex with anybody else?
Yes.
Oh, you were?
This
Yes.
around the same time of conception.
No, Your
It's
Honor.
around the same time.
I was
So
having.
boyfriend or no boyfriend, I mean, sex is what makes babies. So if you were having
Yes.
sex with somebody else during the window of time you were having sex with Mr. Smith, how do you
ruled the other
guy out.
I was having sex with this man in July.
As the air in the room starts to choke, more stories start to pop out. It was no longer a situation of trust because all trust had been washed down the drain. Mr. Jones had so much to spill, even a news outlet couldn't cover the entire story.
One day I went to go see Janesha at a motel room where she was there with multiple friends. I came up there. She wanted to go with me, but I had other ventures to go on to.
Ventures?
Yeah. So I called her later that night. It was a lonely night. I called her. I was like, you know, do you want to lay up? She didn't answer the phone, though.
He was blowing me up, Your Honor.
A couple of days later, this all around time of conception. A couple of weeks later, she admitted to having getting oral sex from this guy.
At this point, the tension is unmatched. He finds out that the whole drama is being talked about in a group chat. Wait a minute, did he just say a group chat? I definitely don't want to be in his shoes right now.
The thing about this motel guy is a collage came out.
A collage?
Yes, with me, the baby, and this guy from the motel.
And you submitted that to the court? This
Yes,
collage. How did you find this collage?
This collage was in a group chat with her and her friend, her best friend. So when it came to me, her best friend admitted to me like, oh, no, I didn't make that.
Even with all that drama going on, Mr. Smith remained a good guy when she got pregnant. He was there during the birth and even went to pregnancy classes. Poor old Mr. Jones, getting played by his girl.
During the birth?
Okay, I was there at the birth. I was there at the birth of the baby.
Because when you got pregnant, Ms. Jones, you told Mr. Smith, I'm pregnant.
He was there the whole time. Appointments, we done went through pregnancy classes, everything. He knew the baby was his. He's just delusional.
The time she found out she was pregnant, I'm having problems with my ex-girlfriend. She just had a baby.
Now, Mr. Smith can't help but wonder who the real dad is. Could it be him, or could it be the guy from the motel? Well, the moment you've all been waiting for is finally here, and I can't wait to see the truth. Take a deep breath, people. Here it comes.
Mr. Smith, you are the father. That is your beautiful little girl.
Thank you, Your Honor.
How does that feel to hear?
It felt good.